Okay, you guys, this is my third time doing this, and I know my audio works, so I'm hoping that this does too. But I posted right before this, I posted my prediction, which was back in January, and I posted what dropped today. Now, this is a credible source, and I made sure of it as well. And sometimes it just freaks me out how psychic I am. Now, I want you guys to know, I do not panic. I'm not saying that this is exactly what's going to happen because the future is not set in stone. But I want you to be aware of certain things. Um, my message, I kind of wanted to break it down because I just summed that up for her, whoever I sent it to, and I didn't find when I broke that down. So I'm going to break it down for you. So I predicted four scenarios, okay? The first, that Trump got into office and automatically there was like this civil war thing just within America. Okay, the civil war. Two, Trump still got into office again, but, and when I say got into office, we know that he was declared the winner, but he was trying to come back in because of voting fraud. So, scenario two is that he got into office and then it kind of got drug out and then there was a civil war. Okay, and I mean by months drug out. Scenario three, Biden continued and held office, and China came in and took over the East Coast and put Americans in camps. Okay. Now, I think they came all the way up to about Nebraska state line or a little bit further east. I'm not too sure. But then the West basically like was able to um, stand their ground, and China wasn't able to like move forward with that. And then California, there was nothing. I didn't see anything at all. It was just black in California. Now, I predicted it a long time ago in California that it was going to shift up towards the east and then basically go down, like the plate would go down into the ocean. But I don't know if that's going to happen within our lifetime. I know it will happen. I just don't know when. So I don't want people to focus on that. I don't know what's up with California. I'll have to channel that later. So with um the fourth scenario, Biden's in office, but the months are dragged out. So what's key with this is it was dragged out because of the stimulus checks and people needing the money and the coronavirus and trying to get this vaccine out and all that. And then Afghanistan happened. So all of these events kind of drug everything out to where we're at this point. Today, this very point, today, I'm gonna grab my phone because I want to read this to you, okay? And this is in the previous slide. It says right here, the Pentagon just had its first virtual meeting with China's military, but I can't even talk. Former officials warn the communication gap could lead to war. I said in January that China was going to try to take over the East Coast. This dropped today when I decided to make this video. There's no such thing as coincidences. Just want you all to know that. There is no such thing as coincidences. 9/1/2021. This is Politico.com. I looked it up. Everything is credible. You guys can look this up too. 4:30 a.m. EDT. It dropped this letter or article. What's interesting also is that everyone in the community, I thought, I'm like, oh, maybe I just use tons of electricity because I'm running air conditioners, blah, blah, blah. Um, Everyone in our town seems to have higher bills this past month than they ever had ever. And I wasn't notified of a change. Nobody else notified is notified of a change, but everyone's power is seemingly high. I don't believe in coincidences, people. Okay? And I want you to know I am not political. I am not. I am pro humanity. It's time for you to open your eyes. Okay? There are so many things going on that you need to do your research on. How can you trust somebody who leaves more than 100 American people when they're supposed to be our commander in chief? American people in a completely different other country and say, oh, we're completely evacuated. And then, yes, Trump was already trying to evacuate troops out of Afghanistan. That is common knowledge. But Biden did it so quickly that the Taliban was able to take over the capital of Kabul. And not only did he do that, but there were terrorist attacks that killed over 170 civilians in Afghanistan and 13 U.S. service members. Over 25,000, or was it 2,500? 2,500 people have died, and thousands of Afghans have died during this war. And he just pulled everybody out just like that, leaving brand new military equipment. For why? And he says he did it successfully and defends his evacuation and pull out of Afghanistan. Wake up, people. Anyone who can sacrifice anybody's life and say he succeeded, that's no man who wants you to succeed. That's a man about power. That is a man all the way about power. He doesn't want us to succeed. They want control. And I'm not specifically targeting him because, like I said, I'm not political. It's all about power and control. This is why, I don't even want to get into the coronavirus stuff. You guys can make up your own views on it. Um, I just want you guys to be very open-minded, okay, about being forced to take something that you don't want in your body. And it's our own personal choice whether we want something in our body or not. Just that's my opinion on it. This is my body. I'm, I'm in control of my body. I decide what I want to wear, what I should wear with it, hair-wise, or maybe clothes. Maybe I want braces, maybe I don't. But this is my body, and I will be damned if anyone will tell me what I can and cannot do with it. Last time I checked, they didn't feed me. They didn't provide my clothes. They didn't provide the hygiene I do to take care of my body. They don't provide the nutrients, pills, like not pills, but the nutrients I put into my body. And they'll be like, oh, well, there's grocery stores and this and that. It's funny. I said the government is paying farmers to completely destroy their crops for millions and millions of dollars. They're trying to take that food supply away. They don't want us to have a mind. They don't want us to be healthy enough to question their authority. They want us dependent on those stimulus checks. They want most of us ill, so we're dependent on a vaccine. And imagine the pharmaceutical companies. I bet they're just getting rich. I'm just asking you guys to open your minds. Think for yourselves. You don't have to get mad because someone has a different opinion than you. That's their life, right? So you have a different opinion. How would you feel if someone forcibly told you that opinion was wrong? It's the same as someone forcibly telling me I have to have a vaccine. And you know what? No one ever likes to admit when they're wrong, do they? Just saying. Just saying. Something big's gonna happen in the world, and I can feel it. I don't know if it's gonna be as catastrophic as I first predicted because sometimes my path like kind of shows me like worst case scenario, and then it kind of like, as timeline goes on, because the future is never set in stone, you guys. So as time continues on, different things change, and either it escalates or it doesn't, and you know it drags on, and then it's like, okay, where are we going to go from here? Well, there's more of us than there is of them, you guys. And if you stand up and question what is truly right for humanity, maybe, just maybe, we wouldn't be in this situation. It is common knowledge that the coronavirus is a man made virus. They made you sick. They had millions of businesses go under, okay? Many people have lost their jobs, have lost their lives, and have torn this country apart because too many people are focused on whether you should get a vaccine or not or wear a mask or not. Shouldn't we actually be questioning why this virus is here in the first place? You guys are pointing the wrong direction at the wrong person. Maybe you won't like this video. That's fine. That's completely okay, but I'm not going to be silent about it. Because, guys, think about it. Just think. We need to come together as one because we're all being awakened. And we're all starting to question what is truly right. Is this how we're really supposed to live? From paycheck to paycheck, barely making ends meet. So many divorces are based on financial struggles. They don't want us dependent on ourselves. They want us dependent on them because that's how you gain control. And control is an evil, wicked little thing. I love you guys. My worldly prediction, I've already put it down. And I want you to watch the weather. Mother Nature, ooh, she's pissed off. Pissed off. I've always said nature corrects itself. Biggest believer of that. And man, if we don't get our shit together, she's gonna make sure that it happens. It's like that mom with all these bickering little children and nobody wants to get along. So, guess what? We get stuff taken away, we get grouped together, and the only way that we can get out of trouble is if we're nice to each other and we grow together as one. Mother Nature, she's pissed. I want you guys to start following the weather. And I follow this guy named Dutch Sense. He's all about earthquakes, so you definitely check him out on YouTube. I call him Dutch Boy just because I can never remember the name, so I call him Dutch Boy. But he's very knowledgeable, and just check him out, okay? And also check out that article on Politico. Yep, I think that was Politico.com. I wish you all the best. This is not about putting fear into people because fear is all about the unknown. That's what causes fear. What I'm giving you is knowledge. And when you understand something better, the less scared you are about it. So I want you to be knowledgeable about your body. I want you to be knowledgeable about what's going on in your community. I want you to be knowledgeable about what's going on in your country. I want you to be knowledgeable about what's going on in the world. You don't have to look up every single little detail that scares you because half that crap they're just wanting to control you as well. But there are facts out there. History is not as we know it. And everything's about to be rewritten because the truth is going to set us free. And that truth might be a hard pill to swallow for some. But the truth, that's all we ever want, isn't it?